So what the hell is Blackstone and why is it so relevant right now? This is what you've asked us to look into. So that's what we've done. Well, Blackstone is a $1 trillion entity, the majority of which is held in a REIT, REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust. Over 2 years ago in one of our investment seminars, we outlined what REITs were and why plays like Blackstone were a really, really difficult play that was just inevitably going to lose money, especially with the pending doomsday cataclysmic economic recession / crash on the horizon. Fast forward to the final quarter of 2022, and Blackstone had locked out their investors from withdrawing any of their money from the fund. While contractually this was completely within their right to do so, this started a public outrage which further declined the confidence in Blackstone's ability to manage the funds within the entity. This furthered the lack of faith in the housing market stability in the United States. Directors of the trust maintained that this was just a small blip and that there was more than enough funds within the total fund to cover this downturn. Directors of the trust maintained that this was just a small blip in their portfolio and wasn't big enough to cause waves which would damage the entire trust, and that locking the doors to the investors' withdrawals was simply safeguarding against poor decisions that would cause a significant decline in liquidity. Well, guess what? Blackstone defaulted on a $500 million loan repayment in January. So how does this affect America? Well, over 30 million Americans with Blackstone REIT in their pension funds could see their livelihoods pulled out from right from underneath them as Blackstone values begin to plummet, which they have in the last 6 weeks. Incredibly huge, billions of dollars. So imagine working your entire life investing and squirreling away your money as you're supposed to, just to find out you get to the finish line or retirement and you're actually losing value on decades of hard work. I believe last time I checked, the value of Blackstone was down 41%. Like, that is absolutely massive. Another key point is that the University of California already has $4 billion invested in Blackstone. They were set to invest another $500 million, but they did not go through with that obligation last month. Now, we're not here to point fingers or shout foul play. We're simply here to provide unbiased information that, for the most part, is left unspoken or covered up. When you see these trusts, funds, banks, and credit unions collapsing, understand that the rose-colored blinders have to be taken off and that the world is not entering but is fully immersed in a deep recession bordering crash. The unfortunate truth looming over this entire saga is that once again the taxpayers will be called upon to bail out these multi-billion-dollar and trillion-dollar entities headed by mega wealthy CEOs. I don't remember the number, but I believe now don't quote me on this one, I'm just going off the top of my head. I believe the CEO of Blackstone got a $1.2 billion bonus last year. That's pretty substantial in my books. Someone better fact check that. Maybe producer Matt can put that down in the description, because maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe he'll just bleep over that and put the actual number. But I think it's pretty close. And the worst part about this is, very few of them have actually done anything that is actually deemed illegal. How scary is that? Now, if you like this kind of information, you could also ask us to discuss Brookfield Corp. Just saying, do a little bit of your own research. We could do a video on Brookfield as well. Let us know. Because Blackstone isn't the only mega entity in default right now. So comment below if you do want us to talk about Brookfield Corp. It's another big one. As well, if you like this kind of content, please let us know. We make these videos to educate people so they understand that you can put your head in the sand, you can put your blinders on, you can do all that kind of stuff. But if you pretend that this recession slash crash slash reset, people call it, whatever you want to call it, if you actually don't believe it's happening, you're going to get hit pretty hard. And that's not what we want from people. We want you to be as educated as possible. So if you like these videos, please let us know in the comment section. Hell, hit subscribe. That's even better. Then we know you're tuning in to hear it again. You know, we really appreciate the hundreds of people that have followed the channel this part. We don't have a huge following, but it's growing quick, and we like to see that, so we do appreciate it. That tells us we're going to keep doing it, but if you don't want us to, let us know. If you do want us to, just keep doing what you're doing. But for today, I'm Chris, that's producer Mac. We are out of here.